mark on Akademiks. Can't ride no wave.
Let me see. What else? Oh, they said Ice Cube responded. Let me see what Ice Cube said. Ice Cube responded to Katt Williams. Let me see what this is about. By the way, you want me to tell you what Katt Williams said about Ice Cube? Let's see if we can play it. Katt Williams, Ice Cube. No, let me play. I want to play what Katt says first. Here.
All know it. They all know it. Why? Because you don't make me the villain. Ever said that. Look at my IMDb. It will show you, Mike. I designed the hair for my...
Okay. So he said he wrote the Money Mike thing, right? But he spoke kind of up of Ice Cube because he said, you know, I think there was a question like, yo,
If I'm being honest with you. We all agree to that, and there's no next Friday without Friday, and there's...
I don't think they asked Chris Tucker to come back in the second Friday. Smokey was all in Smokey. There ain't no Friday without Smokey.
We all agree to that, and there's no next Friday without Friday, and there's no Friday after next without Friday.
We talk about the road because you said that they don't...
Here's the thing. Chris was allowed to make the decision. At the time that this is happening, Katt Williams is known for smoking weed. Willie Nelson is known for smoking weed.
Right.
Snoop's known for smoking weed, but none of us is really known except Willie. And I'm saying... Chris Tucker didn't want to be the poster child for smoking weed. He don't smoke weed like that.
Right.
He in the church. Michael Jackson's best friend. Christmas. Michael Jackson called him Christmas. You ever met a man that gave you a little nickname like that?
No.
Me neither. Must be the greatest.
Man, I ain't gonna be able to get no...
Okay. Now here's the full response. Okay.
What's cracking? This your homie Ice Cube. Just wanted to address a few.
By the way, before I play it, I was hoping to find this part of what he said because Katt didn't. I don't know if this is taken as Katt was dissing Ice Cube by saying he wrote pieces of Friday After Next or whatever. He also said good things about Ice Cube. He said when asked, "Yo, there's a saying that Ice Cube doesn't pay," and Katt Williams verbatim says, "Yo, no, he's been very good to me. He's helped a lot of people." He's like, why would you? He basically said that he said Ice Cube. He said, why would you go to the Goodwill store and complain about the price or the quality of the things in the Goodwill store? He said, if you in there doing that complaining, why don't you go to the designer, go to Balmain, go to Gucci, and go to Balenciaga? He's like, any artist or anyone who accused him of not paying, like he basically shunned them off. And he also said that when he got his check from either the Friday After Next movie, he said he fixed his teeth, and that was the most important thing for him at that moment. Anyway, let me play this.
A few things, everybody been checking out the internet. My man Katt Williams. First of all, I just want to say, we shot that movie over 20 years ago. So, people have different perspectives, and it's been a long time. I also want to say, every comedian that I've worked with, every comedian that I've put in a movie, I only put them in the movie because I thought they was funny. I thought they was perfect for the part. I tried to put them in a position to win. That's what it's all about, I look at from, Chris Tucker and Bernie Mac and Mike Epps, Katt Williams, Ricky Smiley, Michael Blackson, Cedric, Kevin Hart. You know, all these guys I know are funny as hell. You know, I didn't discover them. You know, they were doing their stand-up or doing their thing, and I knew that they were great and that they could act, and that, you know, if I have an opportunity, I was going to give them an opportunity. You know, to me, that's what it's all about. You know, as far as, you know, specific things, you know, Katt was 100 on a few things. Most of what he was saying, a couple things, you know, I just want to clarify. When we bring in a new, you know, comedian, we do have them try out for different roles. So Ricky did give Money Mike a shot. But when we saw him and, you know, we kind of saw how he moved and how he was, you know, auditioning, we decided that he would be a better, you know, Santa Claus, which was, to me, the perfect casting. When we saw Mike, damn, I call him Money Mike. When we saw Katt, you know, when I saw him, I just knew that he was perfect for Money Mike. And, you know, Katt, you know, said he wrote his role, which, I mean, the role was written, but he enhanced it. This is why Katt was so dope in the movie. You know, Money Mike had a small role, you know, about as big as the Santa Claus role, but when we start filming, he was giving us such magic that we kept expanding his role and giving him more to do because he was on point. You know, when we shoot these movies, you know, for one, the scripts are fire, or they wouldn't even do it. The scripts are laugh out funny. But we shoot the script, but once we get what we need from the script, we let the comedians ad-lib, riff, you know, play with the words, do their thing. You know, we give them a take where they can, or 2, 3 takes where they can go off and do what they feel. You know, sometimes it makes the movie, sometimes it don't. You know, when somebody gives you jewels, you want to try to make sure that makes the movie. So in the movie, there's second thing I want to clear up. It was never, I would never shoot a rape scene in a movie, especially like Friday, where you actually see this happening on camera. That ain't my style. If you check out any of my movies, they not raunchy. You know, we did a movie called Players Club where the subject matter was a little raunchy, but for the most part, even that, we left it to your imagination. So the only reason that kind of stuff was in the movie is because you have 3 villains in Friday After Next. You have Santa Claus stealing presents. You have Damon, just got out of prison, sweating. Craig and Day for the rent money. And then you have Money Mike, you know, a pimp that treats his woman, you know, like a property. So Craig is always fighting the villains in the movie, you know, from the Joker Brothers to Debo. And so we already had Craig fighting Santa Claus. And the only real way to get rid of the other 2 villains was to have them go against each other. And the plier joke was always in the script. You know, it was never, we would never ever show that. You know, that's not my style if you look at any of my movies. So, you know, that was never a discussion. You know, we, you know, at that point in everybody's career, you know, we would listen to a certain extent, but we wasn't gonna change the movie for any actor. You know, we do what we feel, and if it was a rape scene, it would have been in the movie. was no reason not to shoot it. But that's not my style. I don't even like that kind of shit in movies, on camera. And so, that was, to me, a little discrepancy there. Katt, he wrote a lot of his part because, like I said, he was giving us jewels, so we were keeping the camera rolling. He was coming off the dome. He was coming prepared every day to steal the show. That was his mission. And, that's what he did, with the movie. And it launched his career, And I'm proud of the movie. I'm proud of all the guys who've, come through, Acute Vision Production and went on to do bigger and better things. And look, a lot of people are talking about pay and how much they was paid on these movies that were extremely low budget. Most of these guys work a couple of days, and when you're doing a movie, there's over 100 people working on the movie that need to get paid. Most of them got to get paid every day. And there's pre-production and post-production. Even after you finish with the actors, you got to pay editors and sound people. And my movies are all about quality, so most of the money go up on the screen. I'm not giving you no bullshit. I'm not giving you no low budget, shit you can laugh at because it's so cheap. So, we try to put all the money on the screen. And so any actor that's mad at what they got paid, just look at what you was doing and look at where your career was at the time. Take a look at where it is now. And Friday has something to do with that, I believe. And I put a lot of people in movies, but they ain't never put me in a movie. So you could take that for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? I've given a lot of these guys opportunities. And I still act, so I'm waiting for a call. I ain't got to produce everything or write everything. I got love for all the comedians that I've worked with. Got, much love for Katt. He spoke up for me a lot. And I just wanted to be clear and clarify some things. And shit, man. I hope y'all have a good 2024. Yeah. What's crazy?
Hey, the first comment is kind of what I took from it. So basically, Katt Williams told the truth. Okay? Basically, Katt Williams told the truth. Right? The biggest thing he said was, yo, I wasn't gonna have rape in the movie. So there's a part where Katt Williams grabs the guy's nuts with pliers. Again, we have to be careful words and what people say. He didn't say it might have not been implied that rape had happened. He would have not shown it. Right? The way it came across in the actual film that we've seen is that it never happened. And it never could have happened. What he's saying that I would have never shown that if that was even implied. Do you get what I'm saying? Which that makes sense. Like even if it's was implied that it happened, of course I don't think that Ice Cube was gonna show like a nigga like thrusting another nigga like forcefully. No. I take all this to say, damn. After everybody wanted to say that Katt Williams is off drugs, crazy, bitter, stupid, liar, I'm struggling to see the part where he didn't tell an accurate depiction of some of these major stories. This was a major story. By the way, the reason why Katt Williams went on Shay Shay's podcast is to basically put out and to let be known that, hey, the previous comedians that came here told lies. They said that my role in Friday After Next would have been theirs And I would have played another role. Ice Cube is vehemently confirmed that was not true. So Katt was telling the truth about that. Which basically means Ricky Smiley. I didn't even watch Ricky Smiley thing yet. I got to watch it. Which means if Ricky Smiley said that he was supposed to have Katt Williams' role, he lied. It's kind of interesting. You know, sometimes when you hear people speak up, and this is the thing about speaking up when everybody's in his, you know, I don't know where he is these days, but I'm salute to just for the saying, salute to what's his name, Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown had a saying which I this is exactly how the industry is. It's a go along, get along, or some of the sort, whatever the saying was. Basically meaning that people in the industry operate on, let's keep shit moving, let's not call shit out, because our checks are usually dependent on being able to go along and get along with the program. Then you enter someone like Katt Williams, who could be a disruptor. By the way, all disruptors, and I'm doing like a Dr. Umar 3 times in a row. Disruptors in many fields, if you know about them over time, they're great. I'll tell you who are a couple disruptors. Joe Budden's a disruptor. I know you might not like him. He's a disruptor. He's the person that will get on the set and they'll have an idea that is okay. And maybe for people who are new and people who don't know or who don't want to say, hey, that's corny, let's do this. In entertainment, speaking your mind is being disruptive. So if you don't get someone who says, hey, that's corny, that's not going to happen. Hey, get this nigga the fuck out of here. Let's get a pretty face in between two men. If we're going to have two men argue on camera, get that white man out of here. Get a beautiful black woman in between us. Hey, we're not going to do this once a week for 20 minutes. We want to do this every day for an hour. Fuck it. We're going to, hey, blah. That's how Everyday Struggle is born. That's how a disruptor makes some shit happen. Now, do you get mad at times with the disruptor? Because the disruptor usually has this personality trait of being a bitch. Like, oh my God, this nigga always got a problem. Yes, that's the same character trait. Is a disruptor a person who says, hey, listen, no, you're not going to rap on this beat. I'm going to get you this. Matter of fact, I got these sped up soul samples, this and third. Matter of fact, you should really go with this, Very opinionated, hey, different style, blah, blah, blah. Helps craft some of the best albums ever, helps define some of the biggest beefs, also becomes one of the greatest artists of all time. That's Kanye West. That's a disruptor. I'm sorry. The person who in the room when you have white executives say, no, I think this would be a smash. And he says, yeah, I don't know culture. Let me tell you what's going on. And everyone's like, what? Somebody dare oppose us? No, you don't know shit. I'm going to tell you how it works. Matter of fact, shut the fuck up and listen to me. I know what's going on. That person gets a bad rap. Oh, he's hard to work with. He's an egomaniac. But he becomes Kanye West. Changes music. Defines a whole generation of sound. Kanye West. That's how it goes. Every disruptor is also seen and critiqued in the way you see Katt Williams. I'm not saying, oh, okay, everybody's Kanye West. I'm not saying Joe Budden's Kanye West neither. But when you see these disruptors, what the problem with the public is, this is a problem with the majority of people who are listening. The majority of fans are sheep. And I don't mean to disrespect, and I don't really even call y'all fans. But people who just blindly listen, sheep. I'm going to tell you why. For them, if they think you have credibility, they believe everything you say. If they think you have no credibility, they believe none of what you say. It's either 100 or 0. They never use their own discernment and their own minds to say, hey, this person has a batting average of 80, 90%. Anytime Kanye's told us some shit, maybe at times he's been tweaking a few times, but 80, 90% of the shit he done told us is true. Maybe if he says some shit, we're going to listen. Nah, he's crazy because he was wrong on 2 things. Okay. Okay. That's what's happening. So when I hear people like Katt Williams speak, when I hear people like Kanye, and people who would challenge the establishment, and when I say challenge the establishment, basically just say, hey, listen, because nigga, I'm obviously not in the film world, but for the access I've seen in the industry, you get a lot more opportunity when opportunity comes on your table and you says, yes, I'll take it. I could give you a story, a personal story of mine, I'll tell you. So eager for opportunity and chances. When I first got my lawyer and we finally started having conversation with some of these bigger companies, the first thing that came to the table, I was so excited. I told my lawyer, say yes. My lawyer said, no, that's not how this works. I said, I was about to fire him. I need this. Just whatever they want, I'm saying yes to it. Get me there. I've been building this whole legacy, this whole fucking thing on my own. Finally, I could get one of these companies to be in bed with me. Pause. He says, no, that's not your worth. You're worth more than that. We're going to tell them no. Kick rocks. I'm looking at my lawyer. What? You're going to... What? What? You're going to... I start to think. I remember that night I went to sleep. I said, think my own team sabotaging me. I thought that. They weren't. They knew more than I did at that time. I knew the path of least resistance to be a part of, or to be accepted, or for them to say, oh, good boy, Akademiks, we offered you the least amount we could ever offer a nigga like you. And you said, yeah, yes, give me, yes. That's the industry. It takes a lot of resolve to say no. It does. It takes having some footing under you. It takes having some backup money in the bank. It takes having some experience. It takes being there without them for you to do that. So when I watch someone like Katt Williams, I would never vouch for everything Katt Williams says. I do believe at times he's probably I won't say he's lying because he doesn't come across to me as a liar, but his remembering or his opinion of certain things might be skewed because he doesn't like someone and it's been a while. But do I think he's just lying a bunch of times? No. This is why when you watch this interview, I said it before, you got to learn how to parse through certain shit. Through certain shit, he's saying but not expounding because Shannon Sharp didn't catch on to it and ask him to expound on it. But he dropped the hint. Now, does that mean because I said this, I think Kevin Hart's a fraud, I don't like Kevin Hart, blah, 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 I don't like Tiffany Haddish, I don't like it? No. The point is this. You see what Ice Cube just did? Because Ice Cube was put in a tough position. Ice Cube has been halfway letting the door, but not all the way. Go look at the big three. He just sued the NBA. You know why? He's halfway through the door. He ain't all the way through there yet. He was supposed to come in and try to go get minority ownership of a NBA team. That's the plight and that's the path of an Ice Cube. You were never to go create a potentially competitive league to the NBA. Whoa, what are you doing, sir? So he knows even what Katt's saying. Because when you become a disruptor, which that's what being a disruptor is. Before he starts the big three, you know what somebody probably said to him? Yeah, bro, you got 50 million or you got 50 million. We'll give you 2% of this NBA team. You be in the box all the time. You sit courtside whenever you want. You could tell people you own an NBA team, even though it's 2%. And you know what he said? I want to go make my own league. Wait, what do you mean make your own league? Like, there's one league. There's not two leagues. There's one league. I'm just making my big three league. Matter of fact, y'all old players that y'all think is done, we're going to get... What? So that's the reason why I think Ice Cube doesn't slam Katt Williams. Because Ice Cube has done it. He's just not the guy who goes on interview. He doesn't go on interviews and slam everybody. But Ice Cube is a disruptor as well. Ice Cube realized that after working or trying to work with the Biden administration for years, didn't Ice Cube say he was down to sit with Trump? Y'all remember that? Ice Cube, Trump. From NWA to MAGA. He takes some heat for working with them. He said, whoever is going to get us to the goal. Y'all don't remember this. The point I'm trying to tell you is that Ice Cube is a disruptor, just like many other people we've seen as disruptors. It takes a lot of balls to do it. You have to be in a unique position to do it. Because if you don't have the leverage and if you don't have the staying power to withstand that, they'll get you out of here and you'll never be heard from before. When I remember talking to Joe right when he was leaving Complex, everybody who was in the industry called me and said, Joe's a fucking idiot. No other company will ever fuck with him. A month later, I heard he's with Spotify. Wait, what the fuck? It's true. Now, here's the thing. I always tell people, don't follow the disruptors or unless you're him. You know why? If it's podcasting and you're not Joe Budden, if it's making black films and you're not Tyler Perry or Ice Cube or Spike Lee or a few other people, but still, if it's comedy and you're not Dave Chappelle, they kick you to the curb. You're not needed. You need to be one of those people that are in such a powerful position that even though they don't want you there because you've been disrupted and fucking shit up, they got to deal with you. That is my goal completely forever. Just let them have to deal with you. That's it. Ice Cube answered this eloquently without disrespecting any comedian, without making anybody feel belittled. He basically said, yeah, Ricky Smiley, nigga, you could never be Money Mike. But he ain't say that. He said, thanks to all the comedians. You guys were great at what y'all did in that movie. Y'all helped so much. I hope that movie made y'all a lot of money in the future and helped y'all career go even further. What a class act. What a class act. But that's Cube. That's the guy who came a long way. He came from niggas with attitude, straight out of Compton. He came from all the way there to now he's in kids' movies. He made Fridays to now he's in kids' movies. His response is going to be very different from someone like Katt Williams. Katt Williams' response ain't going to be that happy. Katt Williams is going to have a little bit of vitriol to him because to him, if we're thinking about comedy and we're thinking about it like a sport, he believes in his heart of hearts he's funnier than all these niggas. He's done more tours than all these niggas. He's done more specials than all these niggas. But all these niggas get more opportunities than him because he doesn't play the game. And you might be like, well, just play the game. Well, he admitted he won't play the game, but he won't also be quiet and not expose the fact that other niggas is playing the game and that the fact that niggas ain't funny to him. Put it like this. If anybody got a problem with what Katt Williams said, any of y'all comedians, go joke for joke with him. He did it back in the day. I remember, y'all probably remember this. I'm gonna bring it up. Katt Williams and Steve Harvey went head to head. None of these niggas who will say, oh, Katt's lying, Katt's off drugs, they won't share a stage with him and say, let the fans pick who funnier. You know why? Because talent-wise, they not on Katt's level. That's a fact. They not on Katt's level. Let's be honest, bro. 20 writers, I don't care who you got, you not on Katt's level. That nigga is speaking facts right there. But this is why he's a disruptor, and this is why he matters. Because if you don't have his talent, your voice don't matter. Nobody cares about the non-talented nigga who's on the edge of the bench, the 13th man saying, yo, LeBron, you missed a shot, you're a bum. Nobody cares about you. You're not even going to be in the league in 14 days. You signed a 2-week contract, you're out of here. It's a 10-day, actually. You're out of here. Katt Williams, you got to deal with him forever. What was I gonna bring up? Let me see what else people have been saying.